I'm Kniya, and welcome to this special broadcast where we'll discuss SB 129 and its implications on our campus. So, what exactly is SB 129? This bill limits diversity, equity, inclusion resources for college campuses, resulting in reduced state funding for certain clubs. Two organizations, Spectrum and NAACP, expressed their concerns about the future of their club with the bill being passed. Additionally, SB 129 bans the teaching of divisive concepts, which may restrict what professors can cover in their courses. Dr. Lee Farrow, AUM's Chair of History and World Cultures, spoke on how the concepts could potentially cause issues in teaching history with accuracy. Supporters of the bill argue that it aims to create a neutral environment on campuses. However, opponents raise concerns about potential violations of the First Amendment and issues of censorship. With the bill just going into effect at the beginning of October, the impacts of this bill are still developing. Only time will tell how this progresses as more information is still coming out. Again, this is Kniya. Thank you so much for watching. Good evening. My name is Kniya, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with NAACP and Spectrum. How are y'all doing today?
Fine.
I'm doing good.
Good. So I have a few questions for y'all. So the first question I have is, what do you feel has been the typical student and faculty reaction to the passing of SB 129?
I feel like the main emotion people were feeling were fear because it felt like we were regressing. People were very nervous, they were upset, and they still are. And they have a right to be because it seems like we're going backwards. And instead of accepting people for who they are, we're just tolerating, which is basically the bare minimum.
I agree with Zoe said that it puts fear, it puts people back in the closet, it puts it puts us back in a bubble that we was trying to get out of, and now that we are going back into that bubble, it's creating more like a cell now.
So my next question for y'all is, do you feel that this bill is trying to censor the ideas of those who are trying to advocate for minority groups?
Most definitely. When reading the bill, of course, when you hear the bill, people think, oh, it's just, exterminating all the clubs, but it's doing way more than that. It's exterminating, much needed training and lessons that people, need to take on diversity and, funding, of course, that is supporting these organizations. And
do you feel that this bill is trying to censor the ideas of those who are trying to advocate for minority groups?
Yes, because it's creating segregation, basically. It's not making it more equal, it's making it more you be you, I'm be me, just don't tell me, basically.
also causing for people not wanting to speak out. So essentially it's making things such as hate crimes not valid. So if somebody were queer or a person of color were to come to faculty and be like, hey, this happened to me, they have the right to be like, it might have happened to you, but there's nothing we can do about it.
The next question I have for y'all is, what types of conversations do you feel that the SB 129 is targeting?
Racial conversations for sure, conversations of course, surrounding queerness and, anything related to gender. It is not, like I said before, it's not just targeting just clubs. It's gonna eventually target curriculum, what teachers are gonna be able to talk about in classrooms and what they can and cannot teach. And yeah, it's just a very
Because that's how people saw it last year. They see it as, oh, it's just affecting the club. They're just cutting off our money. No, it's getting deeper than that. I literally saw in one passage that it was for every school, institution, whatever, even for athletes, you have to, what that gender says that you was born as, that's what you have to go as. You can't say, I was born a male, but I transitioned into a woman. You can't say that. Because even if you get hate crime from it, they don't care. They're not going to care.
And the last question I have for you guys are, going forward, what are your concerns with the way your club and others will function in the future with the passing of the bill?
For me, number one is funding. Sadly, money does make the world go around. You need money in order to be successful. And also the influx of hate crimes or discrimination, that's a big fear of mine. My two biggest fears.
If this continues to happen, because like I said, they're not even going to want to come out. They're not going to want to be seen because they know that people can say what they want to say and they might get affected, but you can't do nothing about them. So.
Well, thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate y'all's time. Again, my name is Kniya, and
My name is Zoe Cook. I'm the president of the NAACP.
My name is Nigel Kelly. I'm the president of Spectrum.
Thank you.
What's up, Warhawks? My name is Kniya Potts.
And my name is Jonathan Gardner with AUM Live.
After a week of campaigning, the SGA results are in. Congratulations to our Chief of Justice, Tariana Causey, Secretary Genesis Foster, Treasurer Brandy Kitts, Vice President Mardarius Flowers, and finally our SGA President, Samuel Goose Alford.
We would also like to congratulate the parliamentarian, Jacraig Stinson, Sergeant-at-Arms, Kaylin Hughes, and the senators.
Theater AUM announces the production of Blood at the Root by Dominique Marisso, directed by award-winning student director Tiara Staples. Performances are at 7:30 p.m. on April 3rd to 5th and through the 10th through 12th, with the final closing performance at 2 p.m. on Sunday, April 13th.
Blood at the Root follows 6 high school students as they navigate the eruption of prejudice, homophobia, and institutional racism in rural Louisiana. Each character contends with a different aspect of prejudice as they witness a historic injustice in their community.
This production contains mature subject material and language. The play will be performed in the Taylor Center Theater at AUM. Students, alumni, faculty, staff, and members of OLLI will have free admission with the presentation of an ID.
Joining us now is 2 p.m.
You can register or walk in. If you missed the date or can't make it, but if you want to make an impact, then you can look up the nearest blood centers to donate blood.
And now for the weather.
It's best if you get ready for a bunch of clouds for the next 10 days. According to WSFA, we will be leaving March with early storms, but we will be entering April with partly cloudy weather for the next 3 days. April 4th will be mostly sunny, but we will go back to partly cloudy for the next 2 days. We will have temperatures ranging from 78 degrees to 85 degrees. So be sure to dress light. Thanks, Warhawks.
The month of April is here. There are so many holidays to acknowledge that you may have never heard of.
Some holidays to acknowledge include April 1st is April Fool's Day, April 5th is Bell Bottoms Day, April 7th is National No Housework Day, April 11th is National Pet Day, April 18th is Good Friday, and so many more.
To find more holidays and observances, you can look up April holidays in your web browser. You never know what you can make into a new tradition with your friends and family.
That's all for now, Warhawks. This is Kniya Potts
And Jonathan Gardner with AUM Live.